Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started today. We're going to have a great time. We're going to spend some time learning some knowledge and tools. My name is Ray. Last name is Reynolds from the rayscredit.com, the voice of credit. I've been doing this for 43 years. I haven't had a paycheck for decades. I don't need one, don't want one. My mission is to help you get to the American dream. So let's basically do a couple things right now. Number one, get a tablet and a pen. I don't want you just taking a picture of something. I want you to write it down. Your biggest problem is here and getting everything in your brain at the same time. The information I'm going to share with you has been protected as it is. Guess what we're going to do? Write down some rules and tools. The ultimate thing is this. All right, you're going to have to plan flat out up in the front. You're going to have to plan for problems. The biggest problem people do is they don't plan for the mistakes, they don't plan for the problems or the people or the situations that get in our way. So what we're going to do today in the beginning, we're going to plan something's going to go wrong. We're going to plan on it. What you're going to do is write down safety credit. Please write down safety credit. Then I want you to write down the line of defense. You see, I basically, it's kind of fun, I brought in my first $100,000 by mistake. By the way, I was 9.5 years old. Then I brought in $1 million. Then I brought in double billion by the time I was 26. I've been having fun helping people ever since. So what I want to do is talk to you about my workshops. See, every day I broadcast twice a day live. I don't like pre-recorded crap, to be honest with you. Saturday I've been doing for 43 years, workshops and classes, even boot camps. So that means you're stuck with me. You get to build a relationship with me, and it's not a lot of blah, blah, blah. It's not easy, believe me, trying to help people. Sometimes it can be a royal pain. But guess what? Let's tell you how I started out. See, I'm going to talk about getting past go. I had to basically steal and beg off the pier, all right, since I was 3 to 9.5 years old. But I wanted to figure it out, so I did. So what did I do? I gathered Lamborghinis, race boats, yachts. I even broke world records as well. See, I'm not going to show you something I never obtained. All right, I don't like blah, 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 which I see a lot of times out there in the market. I don't know what you want to call it, but the main thing is let's show you the truth. By the way, I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years, so I'm pretty verifiable. Now, I'm not going to make everybody happy all the time because I might tell you got to have to do this or that. The bottom line is you just have to follow through. So let's keep in mind, we're going to talk about Ray's rules. Write it down, please. There's 20,000 rules. See, I wrote down a map and a blueprint. And these rules, if you follow along, you'll literally have a multi-million-dollar company. The world is changing today. Every time it changes for me, I just have to readjust. I got to get through it. So today, please understand we must do our best while Jesus does the rest. Amen to that. As we do this for 43 years, I've had people tell me about they can't find certain time. See, what happens today if you lose your job or your income, this is your life. You're going to run out of time. You're going to run out of money. You're going to run out of credit. You're going to back yourself in a corner. And that's what most people do. So let's talk about some time. I need you to find the time you've been missing all along. All you got to do tomorrow morning is get up at 4:30 in the morning. That's all you got to do. You see, I'm up every day at 2:25. I drop to my knees and I thank God for another day. So now that we found the time, let's see if we can get to know each other. You and I get to know each other and see what can be done. Here's the first thing. You're going to have to be a qualified CFO, a Chief Financial Officer for your personal life, corporation, and your dream. So I need you to basically write down Credit Services Act. Now, by the way, there's no magic wand. All right, the bottom line is, like I saw them the other day. A man said, hey, he found a loophole, he found a way to make money in the stock market. All I heard was blah, blah, blah. So let's understand something. When you write down and you Google the Credit Services Act later today, it'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission. It'll show you that credit repair is against the law. It's fraud. It'll tell you flat out they can't collect money up front at all. But you got 10,000 companies doing it every day. Even a reference to the Credit Repair Organization Act, where it says attorneys can't even do credit repair. So what are you supposed to do? Well, years ago, Ken Yarborough, his charity chief at TRW and Aspiring, I was his consultant, and I helped him out pretty much. So today you might want to listen just a little bit because I want to get you to my workshops. I want to teach you the rules and the tools that got me to million to billion by the time I was 26. So personally, I want to hold your hand and have some fun. Remember, I'm going to invite you to the weekly workshops. So you're going to have to realize that a lack of knowledge is not the stupidity of man or woman. You just didn't know. 1% make it. Why? Because someone handed it to them, somebody opened the door. I want to change that to 99% that make it today. I want to give you raised rules and tools. There's 20,000 of these to start out with. Now I need you to do a couple things. You ready to write? I told you to get a pen and paper. I want you to take yourself off the national mailing list. I need you to write down 888-567-8688. They're going to give you two options on that voicemail. They're going to tell you can opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. Can you please do 5 years for me? I want you to stop getting the robocalls and the junk mail. So I want to give you the true tools and rules. So I hope and pray you listen to me today. So what I'd like to do is repackage your whole life. I'd like to tear it apart, everything you're doing. Anywhere from your house to your bank account to the car you drive. I want to give you the way I brought in billions of dollars and end up giving the American dream. But again, it's going to be up to you if you can listen and learn and get to the workshops with me. You see, credit saved my life as a kid. From the age of 3 to 9.5, I had to steal and beg off the pier. All I can tell you is that sucked. From there, I found myself in a coma in 2009. So I like credit. Credit is a tool. I want to make sure you understand the tool and the credit can give you. The ability. But here's the problem with most of you. You get told to have money for a rainy day. You know, really kind of weird. For my life, it never rains, it always pours. So I want you to understand something. I want you to learn the steps at the workshop with me. Today, I'm going to give you a bunch of the rules and tools. All right? First thing I want to think about is this. Every time you have an emergency, you need some money. You need it now. You go to your friends, you go to your family, you go to the bank because you need $5,000 today, not next week. You need it now, and they always tell you no. Did you know if you had a $5,000 credit card and you had to max it out to buy time, the payment is only $50 a month? The problem with you didn't plan for the failure, and when it happened, you weren't ready to go through it. We're going to make sure you understand something. We're going to see it, believe it, go get it. Now let's understand, most people today, they waste $100 a week. I don't know if you know this, but there's 4.3 weeks in a month. So that means somebody who's wasting $100 a week, they're literally wasting and pissing away $600 a month. That's kind of crazy. If I hand you a $50,000 credit card and you had to max it out to buy time, the payment is $612.26. So what the average person wastes or pisses away, which really pisses me off today, all right, you could have got a pizza or started a business. Do yourself a favor. Listen to the rules and tools today and quit wasting money. You got a choice to listen and learn. You see, I haven't had a paycheck for decades. I don't need one. But I want to help everybody else change what they're doing today. I want you to plan on the problems. That's right. We're going to plan on the mistakes. We're going to plan on people getting in our way and something to go wrong. Because we're going to be prepared with safety credit. We're going to make sure we understand the line of defense. So today, write down the rules and tools that I give you and make sure you follow through. I can get anybody to $1 million corporation. If you like, I'll get that for you. What I'm going to offer today is do all the work for you and then hand you the fish and then teach you how to fish. That's how it works. So I need you to write down SSN. Can you do that, please? You see, you got an SSN where you were a teenager to get a job. Why? Because they told you to. You have no idea what you're doing, but you got the job, right? So we got only one of these. That makes you the duck. All right? That means you bring the pain to you and your family. Raised rules are pretty simple. There's 20,000 of these. What I'd like you to understand is I like to hand you 100,000 of credit. I don't want you to use it and abuse it and screw it up. I want you to know the rules is 29%. Write it down, please. I don't want you to use more than 29% ever. That way you'd have 71,000 of safety credit. Just in case there's a pandemic or COVID-19, you get to buy time up to a year, and guess what happens? You can play catch up, not fall down. For 43 years, doing basically seminars and workshops and boot camps, all I ever hear is people stealing money from the family or the credit to start a business. I'm sorry, that just hurts the family. I call that silly and dumb. From there, I don't want you bringing the pain home anymore. Can you write it down, please? Let's understand something today. You got the ability to listen to me, and it's not easy. I'm not going to promise it's going to be easy for you. Here's me with millions and billions of dollars. It didn't matter. I found myself in a coma in 2009. What did I do wrong? Nothing. I took people on my yacht and race boat from the backyard. Where do you park yours again? See, I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years. I brought in millions and billions by the time I was 26. But guess what happened to me? I found myself in a coma, all right, with H1N1. All right, that's basically pandemic number 9, swine flu and pneumonia in 2009. It kind of sucks. My life got destroyed. What am I supposed to say? Boo-hoo, boo-hoo? All right, let's understand something flat out. After the coma, I walked around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. You see, my family still needed to eat. I put my credit score back to an 820, and I built millions of dollars of credit again. So let's understand something today. Why don't you please wear a mask? You might be saving your friends, your family. You might even be saving yourself. We can get through this if we do the right thing. See, today you got a choice. It's called live or die, because COVID-19 can wipe us all out. Why don't you think about wearing a mask today? I've been through this, and it sucks. Now, for me, I've never been comfortable a day in my life. You see, when you're a little kid from 3 to 9.5, you got to steal off the pier and eat out of a trash can. That sucks. Do you know what I do? Every day I drop to my knees at 2 basically in the morning at 2:25. You know what I do? I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. I look around. I'm still alive. I made it. But you know what I always do? I go look for a mirror. One of the things I always do for myself since I was about 2.5 is I put myself in check. Some of you today, you blame other people, blah, blah, blah. All right, the bottom line is you got to do a couple things. First of all, put yourself in check. Ask yourself 2 questions. Have you completed everything you need to? The answer is no. Is there more to be done? Always. You see, here's the thing. You go to your friends and family, and you ask them your opinion on an idea or a dream. And you know what do? They kind of squish it, and then you run back and hide. I need you to do me a favor, if you will, please. For 90 days, shh, please don't tell anybody what you're going to do. You see, I don't want them to put you down or hold you back. If you give me 90 days, I'll get you to the American dream. I'll get you to million. And if you'd like, I'll even get you to billion within time and effort from me. That's what the workshops are for. See, I want you chasing the money, chasing the dream. I love money. You see, the reason I love money is I don't have to steal and eat out of a trash can anymore. I can feed my family. I can pay my bills, and I can help you. Maybe today you'll pay some attention. That's why I want to give you rules and tools. This time you're going to have to follow through. You see, what's happened in the past, you kind of gave up and went back to the job you hate. Did you know eventually they're going to fire you? You're going to drive an Uber and deliver some damn pizza. Is that your American dream? Probably not. See, we're getting older, slower. We're not as pert as we used to be. See, what I want you to understand something, what I had to learn and made sense to me. When I was 7.5 years old, I heard a corporation's a legal person. I heard my way out if I could figure it out. I went to the library the next day next to the Torrance Police Department. I asked the lady, how do I look this up? She said, here's a microfiche, here's a book. I read the book, got disappointed. I was just looking for some rules, some tools, a map, instructions how to put it together. It didn't exist then, it doesn't exist today. It kind of sucks. Book after book, I finally started to build my blueprints and my rules and tools. I can guarantee everyone, if you listen to me, I can repackage your life. I can get you at least $1 million. If you'd like, I'll get you to $1 billion if you allow me to. But again, it's going to be up to you to listen. Can you turn these on, please? So let's understand something. For me, it's always the Bible first. The next thing is my books. I wrote this book here called Winning the Game of Business 43 years ago. You see, for me, I didn't want to be stressed out like most of you are today. I wanted to turn it into a game. I like to play games. I like to win every time. So let's understand something today. All right, there's the Millionaire Founders Kit. Literally, it'll show you exactly how to get up to $1 million of credit and maintain the corporation and basically get the game to play. From there, there's real estate. And if you're an expert in real estate today, I'll bet you I'll say two things you've never heard before, because you didn't have $900 million like me before my coma. How about a homestead blocker? Write it down. You'll need to learn how to play correctly today. How about a UCC one with a chattel mortgage? You know, I was a consultant for 29 years for banks, having fun too. So I wrote a book, How to Become the Actual Bank. It's kind of fun. Buckets of money and tax balancing. Today, if you want to play, it's pretty simple. If all you want is the first 1,000 rules, what you can do if you want, you can order the books. Okay? You're going to get me 24/7 on CD and books and rules and tools. All right? It's $4.99. That's all you got to do. What you would do is take a picture of this page. You would Zelle it. You'd Zelle $4.99. They'd ship it right away. Everything I touch will be expedited because I'm impatient. What I'm going to ask you flat out, can you give me 90 days? Can you give me 90 days and let me do everything for you? Hand you the fish, teach you how to fish. But that means you're going to have to follow through on a couple things. If you can do that, I can get you to the $1 million dream. But you're going to have to listen to me. Why would you listen to me versus your friends and family? Probably because I brought in $2 billion by the time I was 26. I'm pretty good at this. So what I'd like to do is rebuild your credit. You see, years ago, working with Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW and Superior, I was his coach. You might want to listen to that. All right, how about a rapid refresh, a credit line? How about a corporation? Books, CDs, and classes. Now you're stuck with me. Could you imagine if you wrote down 29% today? See, here's where you're missing. We look at the credit bureaus, it says 42%. You look at Credit Karma because it's free, it says 33%. By the way, it's 29%. You jack up a credit card past 29%, you drop your score. By the way, if you don't live by the rules and tools, that's on you. All you got to do is follow through. So here's what I did when I had to steal and beg off the pier. I had to connect the dots. See, one of my favorite cars is a Lamborghini. I bought my first one at 14 and a half. What did you do? See, I didn't go to high school. I tested out at T. Winkle Junior High, and I was at Orange Coast College having fun. So you got a choice. There's 20,000 rules you can learn how to play. You want to play? I'll make sure you win every damn day. Again, you, your family, your friends, your car, all the goodies. How much you want to get? You see, the problem is you didn't plan to fail, so you planned to win. That's why you fell down again. There's 4 points of ways to make money with me. Remember, I had almost $900 million of real estate before my coma. I like real estate. I like to fix it up, called a flippity-dippity-do, or I can invest in it. And that's what you can do as well. By the way, we can make millions of dollars in that. How about we look at a franchise today, a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, a Wendy's, when they can find the beef because they can stay open through COVID-19. Profit sharing, I think that's kind of fun too. By the way, what I've been doing, and guess what? I was the incorporator for most of your rich and famous people in the past. That's why you got millionaires and billionaires today. There's 84 ways to leverage money. I can turn this into million to billions. You want to play? You want to learn? All you got to do is listen and learn and get stuck with me at the workshops. So let's look at a company car. My favorite car, of course, has to be a Lamborghini. Don't you want one of those? You see, you got to pay tax or buy a company car. But here's what you do. You get a paycheck when you do, but you get the leftover. That means it's taxed, and now you got the leftover. You got to pay your bills you're supposed to maintain, and then you pay for a car you should not out of your paycheck, which is taxable income. Then you take money from the family, then you roll the dice, and then you screw it up and bring the pain home. Am I saying it true? Every one of you are guilty from not listening to me. All right, what do? You're driving a car you're paying for today. I know you're going to complain about rich and famous people not paying another tax. Do yourself a favor. Shut up and join them. You see, you got a choice. We all pay tax per gallon of gas. We all pay tax for property tax. It's not their fault they know how to play the game. It's your fault for basically not listening. So why don't you just join them and have some fun? Why don't you drive your dream car? It's about damn time. You see, you got a choice today. You pay your paycheck. That's good. You got the leftover again. Oh, you pay the payment, the gas, registration, insurance? From now on, the answer is no. I want you driving a corporate car. I want to buy it under a tax ID at fleet price. You want to listen, you want to learn, I can change your life, I'll even guarantee it. It's kind of fun. So let's understand something today. I want you to write down cash flow, free up your time. You see, everybody talks about money, money, money. I watched this YouTube thing one day. The guy's got $100,000 on the table saying, I did this and this and that. Excuse me, $100,000 fits in my jacket. I've had $10 million on the damn table before. I don't like BS. All right? All I heard is blah, blah, blah. The truth is, it's called cash flow, free up your time. You see, no matter if I had to steal and beg off the pier, I kept my faith and persistence, and God gave me the abundance He promised me. If you listen and learn, I'll bet He'll give it to you too. All you got to do is listen to the rules. You see, I started the Reynolds University decades ago. I had locations all over the world having fun. My location in Irvine was only 22,000 square feet, but that's before I had the coma. So you might want to write down Ray's rules and tools today. You might want to write down a phone number for reference as well. It's called 877-519-7509. See, it's a profit company. We go for the money first. I want to build a relationship in the dreams with you, but that means you're going to have to listen to me. Won't that be fun? See, I don't want you bringing the pain home, because I call that silly and dumb. The problem is there's a science behind all the madness, and you're going to have to learn how to play. We want you to turn this into a game, because let me do the rules and the tools for you. So let's understand right now, I need you to go get your Social Security card. Go get it. Come on, it's in your purse, on the floor next to you. It's in your wallet. Reach and pick it out. You carry it with you, and you're only supposed to do that as well. Why do you have an SSN? I don't know. Why do you have it? Pretty simple. Have you read the card front and back? I'll bet you have not. You see, most people read, they don't do. They just sign away. You got it to get your first job. I don't know if you read the card, but let's read it today. Don't laminate. Don't use for ID purposes. It's not even yours. It says on the back of the card, it says property of Social Security Administration, not you. So what do you got it for? So the government can bond us each for $35 million apiece. See, I learned the rules and tools by the time I was 9.5. You got one of these, Ray's rules say. You got one chance not to mess up. By the way, most of you mess up all the time. That kind of sucks. So you got a choice. You see, the Federal Trade today says 98% are messed up. Maybe a couple of you. So you got some choices today. If you're watching me on Google, Facebook, YouTube, you're having fun, but the reality is this. You're missing the PowerPoint in front of me. I need you to basically go to rayswebinar.com. I want you to get the overview. See, if you listen and learn as I go nationwide, I'm going to shake up the world and show them the rules and the tools. Now I need you to write down SS4 times 4. Can you do that for me today? Write it down. Oh yeah, you got to go get the tablet and pen because you didn't listen in the beginning. Well, sorry to say, that's typical of most people. Most people are lazy. But the reality is this. I'm going to hand you $1 million dream. Would you like it or not? You got an SS4 times 4. Write it down. You got to make a decision today. When you see an application, it says SSN SS4. You tried the SS4. It didn't work, did it? Because you didn't play with me. You didn't realize that I'm an affiliate. And I can set up the credit report so you can play. Now, if you got a corporation today, guess what? 96% don't do a darn thing. Why? Because they don't know what's next. I'll be your next. Number one, if you named it after you, that's called dumb. If you named it for what it does, that's double dumb. Now I need you to write down line of defense. Can you do that, please? The line of defense, because we got to plan something that's always going to go what? Wrong. I want you to have a real estate division. I want one for franchise. I want one for current business. You see, as an affiliate, I get to see things you don't get to see. I get to build you $100,000 to $1 million of credit per tax ID. You got 3 divisions in a corporation, that's only $400,000 to $4 million. But again, I need you to listen. Can you listen? Can you basically follow through? You see, I already told you I want to hand you $100,000 over here. Let's remember something. You can't write off your personal credit cards or interest rate. That's got to be safety. And you don't screw it up and steal from the family, because that's called silly and dumb. Over here on the corporation, legitimate transactions, we can write off the interest rate and the card. Your problem is you didn't listen. You didn't learn to play the game. Me, I had to do it because I had to get out of hell. You see, I don't want you bringing the pain home anymore. This is ridiculous that people do that all the time. Raise rules. Write it down. You got a choice today. SSN or SS4. Who wants to be the duck? Aren't you tired of doing it wrong? But again, what do I know? I only brought in $2 billion by the time I was 26. So you might want to listen and write some things down today and get your butt to the workshop and learn to play with me. See, here's our previous president and vice president. They're having fun. Look at that. They're hugging. They're loving. Look at the smile on their face. They never knew what it's like to steal and beg off of a peer. They've never done it without. They got a golden spoon the day they were born. So give me the choice. You see, Nixon took the gold standard out. The moment they did that, they've been printing money 24/7. Let's print some more. And guess what today? All right, Mama just delivered a baby. Did you know we got our SSN when we were a teenager? Do you know what happens ever since Nixon took the gold standard out? Mama's handed that form within 12 hours or less of the baby. If she doesn't sign the SSN form so they can print some more money, the baby can't go in the stroller, can't go in the car seat, can't go home. You see, you got to learn how to play by the rules. That's how you win. Playing by the rules and the tools. SSN, you got one chance not to mess up. And unfortunately, most of you don't know how to play the rules and the tools. So I told you to write down SS4 times 4. Did you do it? Let's remember something. A corporation's got a tax ID. I want you to set up the line of defense so every division's got a tax ID. Because when something goes wrong, I want you to learn how to do the 3-step. You ready to listen? You ready to learn? You see, you got a choice. My goal and my dream is to change the world. Because I'm going to have some fun teaching them the rules and the tools. Once again, I haven't had a paycheck for decades. So I need you to plan the problems. I need you to realize there's always something going to go wrong. Okay? We know this, so I want you to write down safety credit, the line of defense. We're going to get ready to win every time, no matter what happens ever again. So guess what? I want you to listen to Ray's rules. I don't want you to ever be the duck again. You see, what you've done before, you use your SSN. You build credit and you steal from the family. That's called silly and dumb. So guess what? We want to have safety credit for the family because we can't write it off anyway. Why would you want to hurt the family? What is wrong with you? Even the corporation, we don't want to screw it up because we're getting older, slower. We're not as pretty as we used to be. So what are we going to do? We're going to create the line of defense. Corporations got a tax ID. Divisions got tax ID. See, you've watched people around you. Rich and famous people file bankruptcy and stay rich and famous, have you not? Some cities too. How about Mr. Trump? He bankrupted 4 corporations. Hell, he never brought the pain home. You know what? Wells Fargo Bank, set up in 1852. Those employees are a bunch of crooks, probably a couple of you. Okay, you should have went to prison for 50 years. You stole identity, including mine. So you opened bank accounts. That's RICO, racketeering, wire fraud, I believe. But you know what they did, Wells Fargo Bank? Ooh, they wrote off the $3 billion fine. They wrote it off. And then they shut down 450 locations. That's the company we should boycott. We should put them out of business. They should never steal somebody's identity. You did that, you'd be in prison for 100 years. Now let's write down credit card, start credit score. Write it down. Credit score gets you more like house and car. Doesn't do any good for you to get house and a car. All right, on the credit report, it just looks pretty. Unless you screw it up. So what's the rule? Don't screw it up. Ray's rules. You ready to write down some more rules and tools? I want you to learn how to play, and I want you to win every day. Ray's rules. You jack up a card past 29%, that's on you. You just drop your credit score. Make sure you maintain a 29 to 25% at all times. I need you to get to the workshop if you want to get to million to billion. I'll even guarantee it. And you better know your damn numbers. This is ridiculous. You see, $2,000, you can only use 580, 5,000, 1450, 25,000, 7250. It's easier to maintain a bigger card than it is a little card, is it not? I get people every day, I don't want a big credit card, Ray. Give me a break. You're never going to make it if you don't listen to the rules and the tools. Got to learn how to play. You know, years ago when I worked with Ken Yarborough, I came up with a rapid scoring system that worked for your mortgage companies. That was fun. You know, God's given me visions and dreams all my life. A couple years ago, He gave me something called Rapid Refresh. I can push anybody's credit score 200 plus points. You want an 820? Let me know. I don't have any time to play games. Besides, I'm going nationwide. I'm going to shake it up and wake it up today. So I want to rebuild your credit my way. So guess what's going to happen today? At 720, I'm going to charge you $4.99. Now you're stuck with me. Are we going to have fun? Basically, I want to do a rapid refresh for you too. If you allow me to do that, I'm going to charge you $4.99 on top of that. That's $9.88, but wait, there's more. I love that from our TV show for years ago. You see, what I want to do is hand you a $1,000 credit card. I want to hand you a $1,000 cash credit card. Every time you play with me, I guarantee you, I'll give you 2 times, if not more, for whatever you invested back in cash credit for you. I want you to realize you're going to win every time. I don't have time for stupidity. I'm getting ready to go nationwide and shake it up and wake it up. So what I want you to do is make sure you understand something today. For $499, flat out, I'm going to basically get you an 820 credit score. I'm going to put you in my workshops. I'm going to hold your hand, and you're going to listen to what I tell you to do. Because I want to make sure you understand I'm going to hand you twice the cash credit in your pocket that you invested in yourself. This program will be expedited because I'm impatient. I always have been. 90 days or less, no matter how much of a mess you got, as long as you let me do my job and stay out of my way. 877-519-7509. You better be calling it right away today, believe me. There's the Zelle, there's the wire, there's the bank deposit. Take a picture. You're going to need that. You know, all my life when I was a kid, I kept praying, will somebody just show me the way? Give me a book, give me the rules, give me the tools, give me a blueprint. You know, it never came my way. I had to create Ray's rules and tools. So you got a choice. You can listen, you can learn, and we can go get it. Because it's called see it, believe it, go get it. Or you can go back to being stuck. You see, like I said before, I do live classes on Saturday for the last 43 years. You can't find anybody like me. Thank God only made one of me. So what's going to happen at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Saturday? I'll never use your name. I'll call your case number. I'm going to tell you, I'm doing all this for you, 98%. I need you to do 1 or 2 things. Can you follow through on that there? If all you got to do is 1 or 2 things, is that okay with you? I'll even guarantee it in writing or your money back. I got no excuses, but neither do you. You got the ability to learn and listen if you want to play. We're going to turn this into a game. Here's a client. You know, what did I say? I said, why did you screw up? You crashed the Rapid twice. You jacked up your cards. You dropped another 33 points. What the hell's wrong with you? I did my work. I worked my butt off for you, and you screwed it up. Don't ever take it, bad when I just kind of get upset because I try to work my tail off for you. And I reminded him 25 to 29%. What did I tell him to do? Flat out. I said, all I need you to do is listen. Please take $726 and pay him down to 29%. Once he did that, I threw a rapid refresh. I put his scores up to 821. I got him $100,000 of credit. I got him personal, corporation, and division credit. So if that's what you want, believe me, I'm on point every time. I don't make mistakes when it comes to this. God gave me the rules and the tools to give them to you. Now, I want to make sure you understand a rapid refresh. See, I got a specialty classes coming up on Saturday because I get some clients that get kind of stuck about daisy chaining. I created 113 ways to daisy chain credit. I can turn one card into literally 99 more cards. You want to play? You got a choice if you want to find out about this class. You can call 877-519-7509. How many of you want to turn one card into 16 cards and 99 more cards? All it takes is money to finance the dream. But let's understand something flat out. Corporations get to write off the interest rate in the card, and you cannot. So what are we going to do? We're going to teach you how to play daisy chain credit my way. You want to play yet? Let me know. Because I'll tell you what, I will shake you up, wake you up, and I'll get you the American dream. I got no BS. My clients are millionaires and billionaires. You want to join them? Let me know. See, today, if you want to bring people to a webinar with me, and they Zelle in, we'll Zelle you back up to 20% on a given day. Let's look at Walt Disney in the past. You know what? They filed bankruptcy 7 times. But they never brought the pain home like you. So guess what they did recently? They got $1 billion in the bank because they know how to play the game. Listen carefully. They know how to play the game. All they wrote is an IOU to themselves. That's correct. A corporation can do that. They wrote an IOU to themselves. It's in Newsweek. You can check it out. On $1 billion. They paid no tax. But you, all right, I'm trying to get you to listen to me to get you the first million and billion. You see, a corporation doesn't pay tax, so it makes a profit. You really wanted to play? You see, you got to turn it into a game. If not, you're going to be stressed out. Ah! That's no fun. Borrow money's not taxable. Can you write it down? Please. Don't spend money, loan money. I'll explain what I'm talking about through the free overview today. I want you to understand it's called Ray's Rules. There's 20,000 of these. You got the ability. So let's understand when it comes to you. I don't care if you tell me you have good credit or not, because I still got to rebuild it. I got to add the right histories, and I got to shake it up and wake it up and put it right. But then I'm going to put it aside. See, you can't write off your personal credit cards or interest rate. You want to keep that for safety for the family. You got it? The corporation can write it all off, interest rate and cards. Isn't that fun for legitimate transactions? How about we get 8 credit cards per division? How about 9 lines of credit? How about I get you some supply credit, get you some vendor credit, some marketing credit, some lease cards. I get you some gas cards and some cash cards too. As an affiliate of 115 creditors, I get to see things you don't get to see. So that means I get to use my histories and understand something. When you use authorized user crap, that does not work. It's in the way. And some of you even buy trade lines. That's crap too. So let's understand something. I can pop you, corporation, and division credit simultaneously, as long as you do what I do best. Here's Daryl. He's a nice guy. He's got 9 cards that equal $30,000. He can't write off a darn thing. They're all personal cards and a lot of fees. He says, Ray, can you get me a big card today? I said, sure, well, let's see what I can do. I added it to my system. Let's look at this flat out. I did what I do best. I got him one for $61,000. How did I do? He gets to write it all off. Would you like to learn how to play yet? I got him a gold and a platinum. Showed him how to push him up to $1 million as well. I even got him line of credit. Let's understand something. It's kind of fun. All right, there's 113 ways to daisy chain a credit into 99 more. You want to learn how to play? You want to write it all off? Let me know. But you're going to get stuck with me. That's called Ray's Rules and Tools. So let's understand something today. What just floated in front of you? Look at it. Come on, write it down. See, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down exactly what you see right now in the PowerPoint. Write it down. I want you to create a blueprint, the rules and the tools. You ready to write it down? Then you're going to add the corporation. Then you're going to write down line of defense. You see, here's the thing we got to realize. Something always going to go wrong. You didn't plan that. So we got to learn how to teach you the rules and the tools so you can get through it. You see, when a corporation's got a tax ID, you got an SSN. Debt follows SSN or SS4. Bankruptcy follows either one too. Who wants to be the duck? Is it you? You got a choice to learn how to set up the line of defense. I got a problem with the division, supplier credit, or something wrong. I'm going to do the 3-step. Can you write it down, please? These are part of Ray's Rules. We're going to disconnect it. We're going to isolate it. We're going to incorporate it. Hell, if rich and famous people can file bankruptcy and Wells Fargo and shut down 450 locations in cities and everything around you, why don't you learn to play the game? If I can't save it, because I'm going to fight to save it as well, I'm going to bankrupt a piece and keep the other pieces, and I'm not going to bring the pain where? Home. I'm sorry to say, that's called silly and dumb. I want you to pay attention. I want you to basically get the rules and the tools that God gave me as a kid, so you learn how to play the game too. So when I get you $25,000 or $100,000 on a credit card, I want you to realize we're going to write it all off. We're never going to max it out either. So you got a choice today. Write down Ray's rules. Please write down credit and money. Write down credit and money. 84 ways to play. Leveraging. Real estate, we're going to do basically fix one up called a flippity-dippity-do or invest. Franchise got to be a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, Wendy's when they find the beef. Why? Because they can stay open through COVID-19. I want you to focus, and I want you to look at me. Cash flow, free up your time. All BS aside, I want you to do exactly what I tell you to do. I'm going to hand you the fish, and I'm going to teach you how to fish. That's why I do weekly workshops. That's why I got 16 million plus clients. Sorry to say, when you bought your house, you probably screwed it up. But again, I could be wrong. I doubt it. I want you to write down Ray's rules. I don't know if you know this, but escrow works for you, but you allow them to tell you what to do. So guess what we're going to say? Escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow record in a trust. If you have a house in your name today, your assets, I'm sorry to say, that's called stupid. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. It just frustrates me. If you die today, everything is stuck into probate. Don't you get this? If somebody sues you, they screw you and take it away. How many attorneys you see on TV every day? These are called bloodsuckers. See, I had to fight for everything I ever had. I always had to fight to get what I needed. I didn't like stealing and begging off the damn pier. So when God gave me the ability, let me tell you, I've had the abundance ever since I was a kid. Who buys a Lamborghini at 14 and a half besides me? Because I fought my way through hell. You got a choice today. Google the word trust. And don't give me your excuse. I got to talk to my CPA and attorney. That's crap. You set up that trust today, you have it notarized, you go file it right away for less than $30. Then you ask the attorney or CPA to check out your work. But if you don't do it before you die, it's stuck into probate. You allow somebody to sue you and screw you, they take it away. There's no more excuses today. Now let's understand something. When I had $900 million of real estate before the coma, I know how to play. You see, you're going to fix up a property today, that's good for you. You got the prize. You're going to hire a contractor. The contractor is going to hire one of those subcontractors that stand outside Home Depot. Good workers, but you know what they're going to do? They're going to cut every corner they can. And when they slip and fall, they're going to sue you and take all you got. Because you didn't plan to fail. What did I tell you in the beginning? Plan for something to always go wrong. No more excuses. I don't want you to be dumb anymore. Every property you ever get is going to be quick claim deed to a division. Quick claim deed it to a division. A division's less than $26. Do an assignment of equity. This time if they try to sue you, they can't sue you. And at the end of the day, they get diddly squat. You better focus and understand something. You wanted somebody to help you and be honest and straight with you, you got it in front of you. You going to pay attention today? It's going to be up to you. Because I don't play to screw it up. I play to win every damn time. Because there's always somebody trying to steal my marbles. So I protect them. But here's the thing you got to realize today. You got to fix up that property. Let's say it's in California. Oh, goody. It's about 83,000 plus. Oh, but every week, I can't believe it, I find 2 or 3 ding-dongs that try to play peekaboo with the IRS. And they make a mess. I don't get it. Ray, I didn't want to pay tax. Because I ask them every time, why did you do this? And I get some BS excuse. The main thing is, I didn't want to pay tax. Bunch of dummies that did it that way. Corporations don't pay tax till they make a damn profit. So if you're one of those dummies, write down irs.gov. Get in the forgiveness program. Download a form called 656 of 433A and B. You can't even get your COVID-19 check. And if you're a man that did this and you got a woman in your life, I hope she kicks your ass. Because that's ridiculous of you. You got to man up today and don't screw up anymore. Get your butt back in the system. I can't believe people do that today. It's ridiculous. The only way to win a game is to play by the rules and be smarter than anyone playing the game. That's what I've done all my life. It's kind of fun. I was lucky. I got an IQ off the chart and total recall on most things. It's kind of fun. So guess what? You're going to play. You're going to learn how to win. We still got to fix up that property. Guess what people told me when I was a kid? They teased me and called me OPM. Because, hell, I'm not using my money. What do I want to do that for? So your corporation I'm going to set up for you. We're going to do it my way. You're going to have a division for carpet, appliances, wood, and fixtures. And we're going to get up to 70% from the manufacturer. We're going to use all that to fix up the property. I'm not spending my money. That'd be called silly and dumb. I'm going to get an open account for up to 60 days. I'm going to fix it up with their money. When escrow closes, they're going to pay off all the debt. See, we're going to have some fun. But here's a problem, and I'm sorry to say all of you screwed up before. You all did. I've proved it for 43 years at seminars, workshops, and boot camps. You see, if you had that $200,000 that you just made on that property, you'd act like you're rich. And you go piss it away and be broke again today. That's sad to say. Please write down. I need you to listen to me as I get ready to go nationwide. I'm going to shake it up and wake it up. Because I don't know when I'm going to die. I'm going to make sure every day counts for me. So when you had $10,000, $100,000 in the past and you pissed it away, write down Ray's rules today. There's 20,000 of these. Leveraging money, 84 ways to play. Simple. Borrowed money's not taxable. Can you write it down, please? Here's the problem. You're going to have to create the line of defense. Now, that's called the workshops. You're stuck with me. I don't pass the buck. Nobody does the workshops but me. Now, here's the problem you got. Okay, I want you to think about this. You know, the greatest thing to have fun when you're leveraging money, when the bank can verify itself, they cannot say no. I love that game. So let's understand something. The banks borrow from the feds times 10, loan back times 5 for you. At the workshops, I'm going to show you how to take $200,000, put it in a CD, line of credit, a bank account too. We're going to create 3 reference points, but then there's always someone, Ray, I don't have that kind of money. Quiet. I don't give a damn if you got $1,000. I can take 1,000 and make it 15 to 50 to 100,000 to $1 million. So there's no more excuses. You met me. So you got a choice. It's this simple. We're going to create $600,000 of reference points. We're going to go to the bank. And we're going to know how to get up to 9 lines of credit per division. They can give us times 5, by the way. That's up to $3 million. Let's take, and remember, borrow money's not taxable. Let's take $2 million. Let's go buy a McDonald's today. Would you like a Big Mac and fries? Let me know. Want to supersize it too? You got the choice to listen and learn. God put me in front of you for a reason. You going to pay attention today? You see, when I get money, I hoard on the money. I don't turn it loose. I wanted the Rolex too. It was $89,000, the one I picked. But I want it for free. Guess what? Follow me. What I did, I set up a division for jewelry. They wanted $89,000 retail, but I got it at wholesale price. They overnighted the watch to me. That was kind of fun. I don't have to pay the invoice for 30 days. I put a loan on a watch I did not own. Then I paid the invoice and I put the extra money in the bank to pay for the payments on the watch I did not own. And at the end of the day, I got it for free. You think you want to listen to me yet? I hope so. But again, it's going to be up to you. Here's a client. He was good till he became a turd. Why did he become a turd? Because he took advantage. All right? You see, you got to realize something. He calls the office 16 times in a given day. He says, I need Ray's help. I want a lottery ticket. Well, that's good for you. They told him flat out, raise $3,000 an hour, $25,000 a day. I have been for 43 years. Until you pay Ray, go away. I finally called him up because he wouldn't quit calling the office 16 times plus. He faxed a check, faxed a letter. Ray, I need your help. I called him on the phone. How can I help you? He says, Ray, I won a lottery ticket. Well, good for you. What am I supposed to do? I need your help. Well, great. You know my hourly rate. Pay me and I'll help you. I don't work for free. Neither do you. Ray, I won't screw you, but I haven't cashed the check. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, just put the money in the bank. And he did like everybody else. Huh? Just put it in the bank and it'll grow? If you don't know how to set it up the correct way to reference basically the money and structure it correctly to get the bank to verify itself, it's not going to work. Believe me, I have people that try it without me and they go, it didn't work because you didn't do it my way. You're not set up the way I am. What did he do? He listened. 5 times the money. They gave him up to $15 million. See, on $1 million, you only get to keep $375. The IRS gets the rest. It's called personal income. So he paid the tax. He bought a bunch of McDonald's. To this day, I'm waiting for my damn check. But I had to learn a long time ago, as the Bible says, if they hit you on one cheek, you turn the cheek and still go forward. I let it go. I can't take my positive energy and waste my time on a turd. I used to call him a shithead, but I can't do that anymore. Turd sounds better, right? Oh, well. You see, when you want to play, let's think. Let's take a card like this and take $50,000 off the card. If I take $50,000 off the corporate card, the payment is $612.26. I find 5 people who need to save their house. Kind of fun. I'm going to loan them each $10,000. Is that okay with you? I'm going to put a second trustee on their house. Then I'm going to call that company. It's my money. I want it now. You see, they factor in 12 hours or less. So I take and I pay 5 loans, put a second trustee. They give me the cash back within 12 hours. I put a homestead blocker. I know you're an expert in real estate. You have no idea what a homestead blocker is, do you? You see, you didn't have up to $900 million like me. Guess what? Homestead blocker makes sure they can't refinance anything and suck out their equity and screw me out of my money. UCC one with a chattel mortgage. They don't pay me. I get all their goodies, including their house. So if I maintain this, guess what I just created? I just created cash flow of $2,449 positive cash flow per month. It's always been cash flow free of your time. If I use $100,000, that's almost 5,000 plus. 150, 7,000 more. You got to focus on one thing today. You can create cash flow free of your time, truly control this, be on top of this, and get the life that God's promised us all, called the abundance, as He gave me. You got a choice. You ready to listen and learn? One of my first cars was a Lamborghini. What did you drive? I want you to drive the company car, and I want you to ride it off. Can you listen to me? Look at the goodies. You look at the cars. I won't show you something I never obtained myself because I don't like blah, blah, blah. So you got a choice today. I want you to get your company car. When it comes to yachts, race boats, and helicopters and mansions, I want to get you past go. You get that yet? I used to park them in the backyard. Where you park yours again? You got a choice. You've been looking for somebody to help you with the rules and tools. I know I did when I was a kid. I couldn't find it. Now you got me. I don't want you stocking the shelf. Damn it, I want you owning the store. My clients are millionaires and billionaires, and they own the store. They tell people what to do. It's about time you understand. I won't give you a piece of the pie. I'm going to give you the whole pie. I want you stuck with me because I want to do the work for you, hand you the fish, teach you how to fish because I don't want you to screw this up. So let's understand something today. I want to brainwash all of you. That's right. I want you to find your voice and become you. God's gift. This was my favorite house. Why? I used to park my yachts and the race boats in the backyard. It's pretty simple. See, when you're the second largest advertiser for over 32 years in Los Angeles, you're probably one of the most verified people you can find. I got no BS. I'm getting ready to go nationwide and change the world. I like corporate helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings, wouldn't you? I want you to drive your dream car. Is that okay? Now, here's what I want you to write down, some more rules and tools. There's 2 of those. Can you write them down, please? Every time you choose your cash or check, you use your debit card. You keep pulling out your driver's license. You're saying, here, this is where I live. Come rob my house. Come sue me, screw me, take it away. I don't get it. I need you to write down to change your driver's license to a P.O. box or a mailing address. I won't tell you to do something unless it's factually verifiable. This is the Schaefer Bill. After the Schaefer Bill, the Driver's Privacy Protection Act. You're going to have to learn to protect yourself. See, the last time you bought a car, you didn't listen to me. I don't get it. You let some guy with an ugly shirt and an ugly tie sweat you for 2.5 hours. He sweated you for 2.5 hours and you sit there like a bunch of dummies. Yeah, you drove off with the car, you lost 5,000 plus, you have to 9 inquiries too. So if you're going to do it your way, at least add something to it, please. When they hand you a piece of paper, say, we need your permission to run your credit. Next to your signature, write down this allows 1 inquiry only and take a picture. If you do it my way at the workshops, I'm going to teach you how to get it under a tax ID. I'm going to teach you how to get it on a fleet price. I'm going to make them deliver the car to you, which you get to write it off. That's called Ray's Rules and Tools. I want you at the workshop. I'll give you a bunch of today, but I want you to learn all 20,000 rules and tools. I want you driving your dream car. Now here's the problem with all of you today. You go to the grocery store, you go to the bank. What did you do? You bump somebody's car, a little bumpity bump. But they act like they got whiplash. Ah, they're dying. Guess what happens next? Driver's license, insurance, registration, please. Your driver's license shows your home address. Now they know where to serve you. The insurance is you've been paying out of your taxable income. Should have been a corporation expense. Oh, the registered owner? You're the duck. Quack, quack. They're going to sue you. They're going to call one of these nasty attorneys on TV. I call them bloodsuckers. They're going to sue you and take everything you got because you didn't listen to me. Can you write down Ray's rules today, please? At the workshop, I'm going to show you the registered owner from now on is a division. The lien holder is going to be the corporation. So this time when they want to sue you, they can't sue you, they can't screw you, and at the end of the day, they get diddly squat. Do you want to learn to play yet? That's why I want you to be at the workshop setting up the line of defense. You got a choice. You see, I already told you get a trust today, because if you die, it's stuck into probate. Somebody sues you, they just take it away. It's about time you listen. Here's what I have to do for all of you. I have to bulletproof you and your family. You know why I have to do that? Because I don't want you to screw up anything as I'm building you up. I can't afford you to screw it up. Do you get this so far? All right, so I want you at the workshops. Now, what did I do on July 3rd, 2009? I took the corporate yacht from my backyard. Here's the address. Check it out. I said, fill it up. I use a corporate credit card. Interest rate, I get to write off the card and the interest rate too. It was $1,600. My wife and I took people on the yacht on the July 4, 2009. Here's the next day. I'm in a damn coma. That sucks. I got H1N1. If I knew to wear a mask that day, not just in the hospital, in a damn coma, hell, I would have wore anything I could to save my life. My life got destroyed. Now what am I going to do? Go, boo-hoo-hoo? Excuse me. The past is the past. Even though I had to walk with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks, my family still needed to eat. Don't you get this? I put my credit score back to an 820, even with the oxygen tank. Then I built millions of dollars of credit again. I did not give up. I fed my family. That's my job. That's my responsibility. God's using me to help you today. Will you pay attention? I pray you do. But if you don't, you can go back to being stuck. That's on you. See, I made a promise in that coma that day. I told God I'd help people the rest of my life. I'm dedicated to do that from now on. So let's understand something. I'm praying for 50 more years. But you know what? I named my son and my daughter after me. The Ray Reynolds University, there's my legacy. It'll live on. What legacy you got? What are you going to leave? The one you got when you were born? Is that good enough for you? You got to make a decision today. Today, not tomorrow. You're a procrastinator as it is. I want to rebuild your credit. I want to rapid rescore you. Credit line. All right. Articles, books, CDs, and classes. You're stuck with me. I want you to remember, never max it out past 29%. That's called Ray's Rules and Tools. See, I Googled the word corporate setup today. It was over $2,000. Remember, 96% don't do anything after they set it up, kind of like a couple of you. What I want to do is do the articles for you, officers list, tax ID. I want to charge you $9.99. Now you're stuck with me. Remember, I'm going to hand you the fish. Then I'd like you to go to the classes and teach you how to fish. I have a corporate setup class I've been doing for 43 years. Usually 90 days. I got a level 1 too. How to set up the line of defense, the divisions for you. It's $9.99. So guess what you get to do? It's $9.98. But wait, there's more. From our show, that was fun. I want you to understand something. I want to give you the life you've been looking for. I want you in the workshops for 90 days. I want to set it up for you. And then I want you to invest $1,500 in yourself. I want to make sure you understand the line of defense, how to set it up right. Now let's understand something today. For the ones that do this right away, and I mean today, not tomorrow, right away today, I'm going to hand you $5,000 of cash credit. You invest $1,500 with me. I'm going to put you through the system correctly. Then I'm going to hand you $5,000 of cash credit back in your pocket. By the way, that's 3 times your investment back to you. You got a choice. Again, take a picture. That's the Zelle, the wire, deposit. Everything I touch is expedited. I don't have any patience at all. They said it couldn't sink. Heck, it could not even turn. Colonel Sanders didn't get his first $1 million check till he was 71. Thomas Edison never gave up. Why did a couple of you? You know, Banner, sir, was told, if you run the 4-minute mile, sir, you don't exercise. We're the experts. You're not. You're going to die. He said, go to hell. I'll do it my way anyway. And he did. And 1,400 people follow along. Every time I turn around, there's some ding-dong that says white men can't jump. I don't get it. See, I didn't learn to jump. I learned how to fly. I've been kicking the door gym since I was 10 and a half. I used to kick the basketball hoop too, and they'd go, whoa. See, here's my point. I created everything and accomplished every goal I've ever had in my life by the time I was 26. If you can touch it, you can kick it. It's about time you listen to me. You see, I got a problem. I get 2 or 3 people every month giving me crap. I tell them to shut up and show up at the Marriott in Long Beach. I've been there for 40 years. So they got a choice. Shut up and show up. I'll help anybody. But not everybody likes me. Not everybody likes you. Maybe some of your friends and family too. You got a choice today. What are we supposed to do at the end of the day? Hey, if they can crucify Jesus Christ, who are we? See, here's my problem. Yesterday, I even got a fax from this guy. All right, I got 2 or 3 people who don't like me. All right, it's terrible. It sucks. See, I got 4 people yesterday say thank you. I got another person who gave me crap. So let's talk about both. If you want to give gratitude, give it to God, please. He gave me what I got today, what I went through, situations, being the guinea pig. The bottom line is up to you. Not everybody likes me. Someone hate me. This guy yesterday, I showed him I'm popping your credit, but I can't do it to a P.O. box. All right? Even the dashboard says Capital One won't give you one of these cards because you're using a P.O. box. He called me everything in the book. You see, I can't help people. They just stay in their own damn way. So you got a choice. You can come through. See, I don't know how much time I got left. I might have 5 years, 10 years, or 50 years. But I got to do my best. At the end of the day, Jesus got to do the rest. That's all I can do. Your lack of commitment is your problem. You don't make a commitment enough to follow through. Me, I like you to understand something. Reaching the dream. Think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life. You got Ray's rules and tools. You're stuck with me. You get the horse's mouth versus the horse's you know what. But again, it's up to you. I want you driving your dream car. How you receive money today matters more than you ever saw in your life. If you want $1 million paycheck, raise your hand high as you can. Sorry, I'm going to say that's called silly and dumb. You only keep $375. You want $1 million in a corporation, I'm going to call you brilliant. You get to pay all the bills first, then pay tax on the leftover. You know, Richard's a nice guy. He won Survivor the first show. He almost died twice on the show. But you know what? He got his $1 million check. He was told he keeps $375 and their IRS gets the rest. He didn't listen to me. He pissed it all away. They put him in federal prison for 3.5 years. Are you going to listen to me? Are you? It's going to be up to you. See, motivation, I listen to it every day. I love listening to their story. Somebody opened the door. Someone gave them a break. They talk about the 1%ers. Give me a break. We're going to teach everybody how to play. Let's make it 99% win every day. I'm not going to show you anything I didn't obtain. I like the goodies, don't you? It's pretty simple. But I use Ray's rules and tools. That's how you get through it. At the end of the day, you got a story to tell. Everybody does. I want to hand you an 820. I want you to have $100,000 of safety credit for your family. I want to get you a corporation divisions and up to $1 million of credit. I don't want you to be stuck anymore. I want you to realize, all right, what's next is Ray's rules. That's going to change your life. That's why I'm here for. There's 20,000 of these. You need to master every one of these. Beating your own doubt, you don't understand. Someone who owns a McDonald's today is no different than you. They got it, you don't. See it, believe it, go get it. Let me give you the rules and the tools. The Billionaire Boot Camp I have coming this month, 14th, 15th, and 16th. I was getting bored this year. The last one I did before that was 2008. By the way, I'm never going to do another one. Why would I do another one when I go nationwide? I'm only allowing 10 people in this one. You got 877-519-7509. By the way, there's only one person left. Are you going to get it, or are you going to waste it away again? I want you to always remember what I'll say all the time. Millions to billions. See it, believe it, go get it. That's what you got to do. What I want to do is repackage every one of you. You have no idea how I'm going to repackage everything you do, from a house to car to bank account, the way you're going to do it right from now on. That's what the workshops are for. You're stuck with me. And if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, and YouTube, that's great. But you're missing the PowerPoint in front of me. It's called rayswebinar.com. Remember, when I was 7.5, I heard a corporation's a legal person. By the way, it may sue or be sued. I'm not here to give you legal advice. But I want you to learn how to play the game, setting up the line of defense. It's going to be up to you this time. You know, when I heard that, when I was 7.5, a corporation's a legal person, I heard my way out if I could just figure it out. I wanted a roadmap. I wanted a blueprint. I wanted instructions. I read a book, got disappointed. I read another book, read book after book. I finally created my own blueprints and rules and tools. And that's what you got to do. Listen to me. I wrote that book, Winning the Game of Business, 43 years ago. I had to turn it into a game because I don't want to be stressed out like half of you. It's ridiculous. You don't have to be stressed out. We can see it, believe it, go get it. And if all you want is the rules and the tools today, there's 1,000 to get you started. It's $4.99. All you got to do is sell it right away and they'll ship it today. Pretty simple. All I want you to do is give me 90 days. You'll find out I'm on point every time. I'll get you to the $1 million dream. I got no excuses. Neither do you. Corporate setup today is $1,500 to you. I'll hand you $5,000 of cash credit. 3 times more you invested in yourself. I always give you the credit back times 2 plus more because I want you to realize I want you to win every time. There's a Zelle, there's the wire, there's the deposit. The 14th Amendment of the Constitution turned corporations into people. It's called We the People. USA Inc. Incorporated, by the way. I love the USA Inc. I just learned to master the rules and the tools by the time I was 9.5. Every one of you need to know how to play the game. It's not fair you don't. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, they just keep printing money 24/7. Remember, the USA Inc. They maintain 50 states. All states are corporations, so are the cities. Cities are corporations too. They're so smart they set up a Chapter 9 bankruptcy in case they need to play. Your choice is simple. Today, it's called Ray's Rules. Never have joint credit. When you buy a house, it's simple. Escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow record into a trust. Corporation, you don't name it after you. That's called dumb. You don't name it for what it does. That's double dumb. You always have up to $1 million of credit. When I was a kid, they kept telling me flat out, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Problem with that is they couldn't explain it to me. They kept saying the same dumb thing. Corporation doesn't do business. It runs, it gets credit. It maintains the divisions for real estate, franchise, current business. I need you to focus and set up the line of defense because something was always going to go wrong. We got to plan it this time. Never put all your eggs in one basket. It's a choice to learn rules and tools. Remember what I said in the beginning today? Plan on the problems. All right, something's always going to go wrong. We got to make sure we got safety credit in the line of defense and not bring the pain home ever again. So as we listen and learn today, I told you for $4.99 I'll get you an $8.20. I'll hand you a $1,000 cash credit card, twice as much you invested in yourself. It'll be expedited, 90 days or less. You can call 877-519-7509. From there's the Zelle, the wire, or deposit. Let's remember something. Today I created something called Millionaires in the Making Workshop. I wanted to put a bunch of pieces together and call it Step 1. So if you allow me to rebuild your credit, rapid refresh, corporate articles, tax ID, office list, I want to basically hand you the fish, put you in a workshop for 90 days, all right, corporate setup. Then I want you in level 1 to set up the line of defense and master those tools and rules too. So I'm going to do 2 analyzations for you as well. Normally I'd charge you $3,995 today. What I want you to do is understand to write down $2,999. And I want you to understand something. I'm going to hand you $25,000 of cash credit back to you. Corporation, divisions, and for you. I want you to understand you're getting 8 times your investment back into your pocket. You've all wasted and pissed away money before. Now you're investing in yourself. There's a Zelle, there's a wire, there's a deposit. See, the American dream, all right, is receiving money every month, pay all your bills, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time, set up the line of defense, and master Ray's rules. There's 20,000 of these. Don't you ever forget, today, I'm going to hand you $25,000 of cash credit for you, corporation, and divisions, $2,999, 8 times your investment. All right, not only am I going to rebuild your personal credit, articles and classes, you're stuck with me. You can wire, you can deposit, you can Zelle it. I'm going to personally hold your hand at every workshop. You got no more excuses, you're stuck with me. That's why I want you at the weekly workshops. You see, I want to repackage your whole life, all right, at the workshops. So let's understand, the workshops on Saturday are always live. At 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, it's called Status Updates. You get it through me. I don't pass the buck. I don't call out your name. I use your case number. I'm doing 98% of all the work for you. All you got to do is do 1 or 2 things that I ask you to do. Can you follow through on that? It's going to be up to you. I got a specialty class coming up this Saturday at 2:30. It's called Daisy Chain Credit. You might even want to play in that too. There's 113 ways to daisy chain credit. I can turn 1 card into 99 more cards. So today we got to stay safe and strong. Today we find ourselves sitting for what's next to come. Let us remember life is a gift from our Father in heaven. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen. Started the Reynolds University decades ago. You got Ray's rules. There's 20,000 of those. Gave you a bunch today. All you got to do is get the rest of them. It's called 877-519-7509. Building relationships and dreams with me. It's a profit company. So I suggest right away you call 877-519-7509. See, at the end of the day, you have no more excuses. And don't you ever forget, God loves us all.